Good morning and welcome to Small Business Naked with Nick and Johnny, the nation's only small business show dedicated to peeling back the layers, telling the real story, and finding out what truly matters in growing a small business. If you're ready to hear how it's done, what you should be doing, or how to take your business to the next level, you're in the right place. So grab your coffee, get your notepad, and get ready to talk small business naked.
We're back and you're listening to Small Business Naked with Nick and Johnny, and today we're joined by a marketing expert, Steve Collins with Pip Printing. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
Glad to be here.
Well, this is our segment that we've kind of started. We bring in an expert on something, and today we're going to talk about marketing. So thanks for joining us.
Nick, I love this topic. I always say, you're going to get tired of hearing this, but nobody has ever been on this show that said we went out of business because we had way too many customers.
You know, I don't think we'll ever hear that. And it's one of my favorite subjects, too.
Well, Steve, we brought you in today because I have personally worked with you, and I got to see some of the stuff you do. And we wanted to talk to you specifically about some of the things we can do with small business owners to market and grow our business.
All businesses require marketing of some sort, and we're always looking for one of three things in our businesses. We're looking to find new customers, we're looking to figure out how to retain customers, and occasionally we want to win back customers that for some reason something's gone wrong. And we have the tools in which we help small, medium-sized businesses reach those goals.
You know, if it's okay, I wanted to bring up the fact that you guys were just working on a project together. You know, I was talking with Johnny on the phone the other day, and he asked me, so did you receive my letter yet? And so I said, well, I don't know. Let me go down and see. And sure enough, there was this great-looking letter that you guys had worked on together, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and what I think happened is Steve opened my eyes to this. We've heard this all the time, but database marketing. You know, we've heard that our most important asset is our customer base. And a lot of times, including me, you don't utilize that or work that list or that customer list as much as we should. And that's something that you do.
Right, correct. And you've been doing this for a long time. You knew your customers. All I did was help you get more information out of that and help you communicate to those customers differently than you've been doing year after year after year. So we looked at your company. I asked you a few questions that I felt were important for me to understand how to reach your objectives. And clearly most business objectives, not to take this away from Johnny Ebert, most business objectives are to grow sales. And you wanted to grow sales, but you also knew that you needed to get more sales out of the business you lost. So database marketing, with your database and your help, we were able to pull that information.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Steve.
As you recall, one of the things we did that because of today's technology is we made the mail relevant to the consumer. So if you had a customer that was satisfied with your work that you did work for last year, your offer to him to come back was one offer.
And so what you did for me and what many small business owners could do is they can take their customer list. It doesn't matter how large or small it is. And there's a way of merging all this data into some marketing material to customize it and give customers specific offers and specific sales pitches to capture them back or to capture them in the first place.
Today, a lot of people think direct mail should be stopped, that direct mail is waste. The reason it gets that rap has to do with the fact that it's junk mail. What we sent out for your customers, Johnny, wasn't junk mail. It was relevant to them. It was addressed to them, and you knew what they had done with you last year. So with the use of variable data printing, which is what we did there, with the digital technology, we were able to pull the information out of your database, and we created 3 offers for 3 different kinds of customers. And you're the winner there, because the results, which we won't know for another 60 days, will be broader than you had last year. So I think that's what the goal was to accomplish.
Right. Let me ask you this question, Steve. Someone comes into your office and they ask you, Steve, what can I do to grow my business? What's your answer for them?
Well, the first thing I do is ask them how much time they have, because that's a conversation that...
You got a lot of questions for them, don't you?
Yeah, there is...
You don't get passionate about talking about marketing, do you?
No, I get really passionate about talking about marketing.
He loves it. Look at his face. It lights up like a light bulb.
Well, it's better than talking about the employees and the employee problems that you may have that week when somebody comes in, or it's better than talking about other things that all of us as business people have to deal with. So when somebody comes in and says, my business is down and I want to grow it, and they ask for some help, I'm going to give it to them.
And where do you start with that question?
Well, I think the best place to start is, where are you now? What have you done to be in this position? So from that, I can learn how long they've been in business. Have they done any marketing? Are they communicating at all with their customers? You will be amazed at how many small business owners are so busy doing the everyday things of their job that they forget until the phone stops ringing. They forget until there's no business how to market or what to market. So when you learn if they've been doing anything, then you can decide where to go from there. So in that process, we might learn that they've done direct mail and it failed. Well, I've done a lot of things that failed in my life. I don't know about you guys, but I've always picked myself up and figured out what went wrong.
Yeah, what did I not do right?
Right.
Just because I can't, start flying the Piper Cub right away doesn't mean that all flying is bad.
What's the Piper Cub?
It's an airplane. Okay. Sorry, John.
Were you doing that in the plane, or was that one of those remote things?
I would like it to be something that I can do, but I can't do it.
Well, I hear you saying, Steve, too, is that because we hear this a lot, that with the internet taking off, email marketing, SEO, search type of marketing is very big right now. And I hear you saying, and I don't want to read into this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but direct mail is still a great way to reach and market your business.
Well, that's a big topic, and I'm glad you brought it up. You would think I would have given you that question, but direct mail feeds into all these other tools. You can't build an email list unless you're getting information from people. In order to do that, sometimes direct mail helps you get that response. With a direct mail piece, you may ask them to go to a web page, go to a landing page. You guys must have done this. Please go to the landing page and fill this out for your free offer, or please go to the landing page to find out more. Well, the reason you're going to that landing page is for data to be gathered. So if we've gotten your interest with the mail piece, then you're going to go to the web page. From that, you're going to gain that email address. So you're building a database to do email marketing. Same thing with websites. People don't just think about a company and say, I want to find that today and search for it. They typically, especially if they're going to seek out a brand they know, they have to have some information. So a direct mail piece can drive people to a website, especially a new business that has no brand recognition.
And so this is what you're saying. This stuff really still works. It's not getting buried in the mailbox. If you have the right offer, the right message for the right person, it works.
I would say every day, the three of us stand at our trash can when we get home and go through that mail. And a great percentage of that mail isn't relevant. But the mail that is relevant, Bed Bath & Beyond coupon, you guys get that at home?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Do you always keep it? Always keep it. You know you're going to go to Bed Bath & Beyond.
I think we have a stack of like 4 of them in our
Right.
drawer. I don't know why we keep them all, but we do. I'm afraid what my wife would do if I threw it away.
Steve, why do we keep them all? Tell me.
I don't know why you keep them all, because they've expired. But I think the point that we're trying to bring up that you asked about is some of the mail is relevant, some of it isn't. And the key to any program is finding that button. What is relevant to your customer? So if you're a liquor store and you're sending out an offer, how do we get that customer to come in and try us? If you own a garden and lawn service, how do we get that customer to respond to us?
Now, Steve, let me ask you this question. We talked earlier about missing the boat with our customer list and not taking advantage of it like we should as business owners. What are other things we can do to take advantage of this list, and how often should we reach those people? How often should we go after them?
I think in marketing you have to decide that the list is key, and you have to update that list regularly. But any customer base, there's a rule, the 80-20 rule. I can't remember where that comes from, but 80% of your business comes from 20% of your customers. So you first want to segment your list. So the key word here is segmentation. If you've got a customer list, you need to look at your list and decide, where is my business coming from? So there's that first 20%. I guarantee if you look at your list of 100 and the 20% on there are where you're getting 80% of your business. And I expect people to call in and say, you're exactly right. From there, you need to decide, how am I going to talk to those people, and how am I going to talk to the people that are only using my service product once or twice a year instead of the others that I am their go-to guy. So you're going to market to that group differently. It may be it's a different kind of direct mail. Maybe it's not direct mail at all. Maybe it's email marketing. Maybe they need a personal call. Maybe it's a letter and an envelope. There's all different ways to touch those people. But database marketing, the first thing you have to do is segment your list so you can talk to them differently. Then lastly, there's that part of the list that you haven't seen in a year. What happened? How do we recover that business? You want to talk to them at all? Maybe it has nothing to do with direct mail, email marketing. Maybe it's time for me to get on the phone and find out what happened. You'll be amazed at how you learn how to improve everything in your business by calling those people you haven't seen. Yes, some of them are going to hang up. Some of them are going to tell you exactly what was on their mind, but you'll glean a gem. And I've been doing this for 35 years. I have lost many a customer, but I haven't lost them forever. Because of our products and services and the fact that we care about what we're doing for someone, when we call them back and we've learned that we've made a mistake, we always make it right. In fact, we go beyond right. And we've won back a lot of customers, especially after they've tried the competition.
Well, thanks, Steve, for joining us. How can people get in touch with you if they want to talk to you a little bit offline and see how you can help their business?
Well, I guess there's two ways that'd be great. Email is very difficult. It's Steve, Steve, at pip.com, or I can be reached at 303-217-5577.
Well, thanks for coming in today, Steve.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
You're listening to Small Business Naked. We'll be right back.
Don't you want